What is up, you guys? It's Steph and welcome back to my channel. So today I am finally going to be testing out Revolution Pro. Oh boy, this was not easy to get my hands on. So, little story time. I originally went to do the order on Tan Beauty or Revolution, whatever it is now, they've changed it. And then I thought, you know what, Steph, do it on Superdrug, get next day delivery, you'll be able to do this video way quicker. So I did that. Then my order got delayed, and then when I got my order, one product was missing, the highlighter palette, which I definitely needed, and then also one of the foundations that I got was completely smashed. So then I had to wait around for ages to get that replaced. Now I have it. So long story short, took a while, but here we are. So I don't have a full face. I've got kind of a full face. The only products I don't have is a mascara because they don't have a new mascara. I also don't have contour and blusher and bronzer and things like that. I know they do like the single pans, but I double checked online and I am 99.9% sure that a lot of those products are just Freedom, but kind of repackaged into Revolution Pro. I have tried them before, so today I only really wanted to focus on new Revolution Pro products. So I've got, like I said, pretty much a full face. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Why? Yeah. Let's get it on. So the first thing I have is the Radiant Peach Brightening Primer. So this says, doesn't say anything. It's just a primer. So let's chuck this on. Why does this look like it's already been used? It was already sealed and everything, but why does this look like it's been used? Okay, maybe it's just because it's very liquidy. So it looks just like that. I think I'm just gonna massage that over my skin. Orange, perfect color for me. It's actually a lot more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. Like, you can definitely see I have applied something orange onto my face. It feels just kind of like a moisturizer, to be honest. It feels nice though. It's quite, I don't know, it's like lightweight in consistency, but it does feel quite moisturizing. Yeah, it doesn't really look like too much on my skin. It has just kind of, yeah, brightened everything a bit. Cool. So next I have both foundations, both in the shade F10. I just kind of eyeballed it online and I'm hoping this will be a decent enough color. So I have the full cover camouflage foundation, then also the drops. So I think what I'm going to do is start off by putting one on one side of my face, one on the other, and then we'll just see how we go. All right, let's see what the color looks like. Oh, that actually looked like it was going to be really dark, but that looks like a pretty good color for me. So I'm going to take my buffing brush, which is what I tend to use quite often with a regular foundation. I'm going to put the full cover on this side. Okay, I can see it's instantly oxidizing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but where this is kind of like wet, and this is like the first bit that I put on, I can see just here that it is oxidizing quite a bit. Just means you might want to get a shade lighter. Okay, this is super thick. I'm like, fully like, it's like a paste. And I know that you guys have noticed as well that because it pulls my hair back, and normally I just have my hair up or something, because it pulls my hair back, I can really notice now when my scalp is looking pale and my face is not. So I'm going to really try and work that in there and try and not get it in my hair. Okay, that is super thick. That's like dried instantly. Let me think. I'm going to pop some on the brush first of all. There's a hair somewhere on my face. I can see it. I can feel it. I'm going to go on my chin. So you can see that's it when I first apply it. And it kind of oxidizes into something a little bit more peachy. Seems to have a nice finish though. It's quite luminous almost, but it's not dewy. It's kind of matte but glowy almost. Yeah, I'd probably recommend getting a lighter color or something if you can, guys, because this is really oxidizing. God damn it. I mean, the coverage is medium. I'd probably say it's medium. It's not full coverage. Like this says it's like a camouflage foundation, but I've got like just a little spot. It's nothing major, and it's not really covering that up too much. I just wish it maybe had a little bit more coverage for some blemishes, but that's what concealer's for. But as for the actual like way it looks on my skin, it looks pretty good. It's caking up a little bit around my nose and a little bit around my mouth, but I do struggle. That's kind of like my problem areas with like some pores, a little bit of hair. Haven't got rid of my mustache today, probably should have done. But yeah, it's like little tiny bit cakey around like the crevices, I guess we could call them. But as far as like the full picture, it's not bad. So next we'll go in with the drops. So these are supposed to be, I think they're supposed to be buildable. I swear I've had some of you say that they're meant to be quite full coverage, so fingers crossed. Right, let's see how the colour looks. It does look. It looks a little bit different to the other one. Yeah, looking at it, I'd say the full cover one is maybe slightly more golden. It looks slightly more orangey almost. And then the drop foundation is just a little bit more peachy. Again, it's oxidized quite a bit. So I would probably recommend going like down a shade or something. Yeah, it's a little bit too dark for me. But hopefully, like I said, we have got a lighter concealer. So hopefully we can balance that shiz out. Okay, I think I prefer this one to apply. It's a lot easier to apply. The other one is just a little bit too thick for me. And that's coming from the girl that uses Huda Beauty and Milani. This one is a bit more dewy. Yeah, again, it just seems like a very, very similar kind of coverage. This one is a bit more glowy, as you might be able to see. There's not as much glow on this side. It's kind of like glowy in the right places. This one is just more of like a dewy foundation. Yeah, I think I prefer the drop side. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this could look potentially a little bit cakey when I powder it down, and I feel like this will look a lot more kind of natural. Yeah, overall, they're both nice enough. They're not my favourite. I do still prefer like the NYX drops. What else do I prefer? I think I prefer the fast-based foundation stick from Revolution over these. So next up is the full cover concealer, which I have very high hopes for because I love most concealers that come in like a little squeezy tube, like the Model's Own one, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Let's give this guy a squeeze. The shade I have right now is C6. Okay, yeah, this is super, super thick, which is my kind of thing. Yeah, it feels quite similar to Bye Bye Under Eye so far. I actually feel like this is thicker than Bye Bye Under Eye because it's taking me a little bit longer to blend it out under my eyes. Not giving me as much coverage as Bye Bye Under Eye. I can instantly see because if I do that, I can see there is like a little bit more of dark circles. Model Zone and Bye Bye Under Eye both pretty much completely get rid of my dark circles. So I'd maybe want a little bit more coverage from this. But the finish on the skin does look very similar and it has brightened up my under eyes quite a bit. So that is good. And then I'll just blend that out using my foundation brush again. See what kind of coverage this can give me with these spots. Yeah, that's covered up the majority of it. You can still see a little tiny bit of redness. Yeah, it looks good around the nose as well. It's quite a like an oily formula almost, so it does look very, very shiny, as you can see. So you would definitely need to set this down quite a lot. Yeah, I like it. Glowy enough coverage. I would like a little bit more, but then when do I not say that about anything? But yeah, looks pretty good. So next we'll move on to their, what is this even called? The loose finishing powder. This one is just translucent. Someone please make a compilation of me just trying to open products. So it looks like that. And I'm going to take, this is the Petite Face Definer from Zoeva. I'm just going to take my foundation brush just to smooth out any lines. Shove that brush in between my legs. Oi, oi. Just set my under eyes quickly. That's almost like a HD powder, which gets me excited, but it also gets me a little bit nervous because normally HD powders have a lot of flashback. But you can see just how kind of like matte and smooth my under eyes are. I'm sure you guys have seen me apply powder way too many times by now. You probably know the deal. Pop that around my hairline. Yeah, this spot just keeps on coming out. What are you doing there? What do you want? I'll then get my big fluffy brush and just work that around. Try not to snort the stuff. And then just dust that over my face. Yeah, that's very smooth. It does actually remind me a lot of like a HD powder. I feel like you would definitely need a setting spray with this. Not because it looks cakey, but I just feel like if you do want a bit of glow in your skin, then you might want to apply some setting spray because otherwise it does tend to make it look a little bit flat. Okay, looks a little bit dry in some areas. Now it's kind of like settling a bit. Around my nose it does look quite dry. Overall it looks nice, but there are just like a few areas that I'm like, ooh, might want to apply some setting spray over that because it's not ideal. I feel like I have lost quite a bit of coverage on that concealer as well. Like again, my under eyes are shining through right now. Like, as you guys might be able to see. It's not bad at all, but I'm not sure if I like it yet. It's kind of like one of those powders where I'm like, I'm going to see how it looks on my skin in a bit. Maybe after like my foundation has started to like settle on my skin, maybe as my oils are coming through. But yeah, right now, I'm not sure. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then we'll assess that situation in a second. So next we'll sort out these slugs. This is the Dark Brown Revolution Pro Eyebrow Cushion. Again, they do have a brow pomade, but again, I looked it up online and it is the same as the Freedom one, which I love. How do we get this open? Okay, so remove this seal before using, close the cap tightly after using. Okay, fab. So I'm just going to... Mine fell out. What? Interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take just an angled brush and just dip my brush. Oh, that's not good. So I'm thinking like, that's fine. Like, it doesn't really matter if it comes out when you tip it upside down. just don't tip it upside down. But, don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but I'm just going to take my brush. It's gone. It just kind of fell down the side of my dressing gown there. Yeah, so this is just not secure at all. Okay, so that's not ideal. You do have to be quite careful with it, but let's see how it works. Hair-like strokes. Is this even coming out? Oh, that's super sheer. Let me try something a little bit more dense, maybe. Okay, that's a bit better. I'm just using the brow line brush from Zoeva, by the way. I'm liking this brush for under my brow. I never use this brush. It is quite a sheer product. Like, I was expecting it to be a lot more opaque. You can layer it up, though, which is good, which is obviously good if you like more of a natural brow. Okay, not completely smudge-proof, but it does still kind of stain the majority of it, which is good. I always feel so crazy looking when I do my brows for the rest of my face. Like, what is going on? Okay, I like that, but to be honest, I was expecting more. Colour's good, does look nice on the brows once they're done, but like the fact that this just kind of like plops out isn't really ideal, and I just fell on the floor. Just fell on the floor. In relation to the iconic London brow cushion, which is my favourite, but it is like £25 or something crazy, this is good at like a fifth of the price. So if you were looking to try a brow cushion, this is nice. Just watch out for the cushion because it has a mind of its own. So now I think before I go into highlighter, eyes and lips, I'm going to go ahead and apply some contour, bronzer, sort this beige face out, and I'll check back with you guys in a second. All right, I'm back, and as if by magic, I suddenly have contour, bronzer, and blusher on. So next, we're going to move on to something that I am so excited for. However, I did a swatch of it, and now I don't know what to think. So this is the 4K highlighter palette. This is in the gold version, and this is what it looks like. It looks absolutely stunning. However, when I swatched this guy, it swatched amazing. I'll show you guys in a second, but it also looked pretty glittery when I put it like on my hand. So do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It kind of feels like wet almost, and like the pigmentation looks friggin' ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do is just pop that here, and they do look really, really nice, especially this color. I'm like really drawn towards, but I have noticed that when you kind of blend them out, not much happens, in all honesty. So I don't know how it's gonna look on the face, but when I blend it out, I can actually see like specks of glitter like going all over the place. But hey, let's just give it a go on our face. So I'm going to go in with this shade here. I don't know if they have colors or like shade names. Don't seem to have shade names, but it's the top right one here. So, okay, you've got a lot of like, how am I going to show you guys this? Maybe if I do this. So we're holding it like that, and I'm just going to do a little wiggle like I normally would. And as you can see, there's like a lot of kickback on there. And, oh my god, a lot of kickback. Okay, so if I give it another wiggle, and then, like, a lot comes off onto the palette. Right, let's see. I'm kind of nervous about this. Okay, we have a lot of glow. We've got a lot of glow, but in the faraway mirror, it does look a little bit glittery. Yeah, it's kind of glittery. It looks nice. It looks nice from far away. Like, it does look really, really pretty. And it's super, super intense. But there's definite chunks of glitter here. Like, it's not like other Revolution highlighters. Normally with Revolution highlighters, I'm like, yes, that is great. Bathe me in it. But this, I'm kind of like, it looks nice and I like it, but it's not my fave. And judging by the formula to start off with, like when I first swatched it, I was like, oh my god, these are like the most buttery highlighters I've ever seen. And they're bloody intense. I mean, you can definitely see that. But there's not a mirror in this palette. And it picks up a lot of texture on my skin. And my skin is pretty damn smooth. I don't have that much texture. But like, yeah, that's just like flat out glitter that I've just applied. You do kind of have to like buff it in to get rid of it. It looks great on camera. I won't lie, it does look pretty sick on camera. I can see it in the viewfinder, but it's just glittery. Yeah, I've literally got like little specks of glitter like all over the center of my face now. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed by that. I was really excited to use that, but it's just not my kind of thing. So next, I'll move on to eyeshadow. I got a bunch of requests to try out one of the smaller palettes because a lot of you guys said that a lot of the other YouTubers are trying out the bigger ones. So I thought, let's give these a go. So this is the Supreme eyeshadow in the shade Intoxicate. So it's a bunch of like warm tones. Surprise, surprise. Steph goes and chooses another warm tone palette. So judging by what we have here, I think it's 5 matte shades, these 4 here, and then this one on the end, and then 3 shimmer shades. Let's swatch like this color. Very nice. Let's swatch this color. Very nice. And then we'll swatch this color. Ooh, very nice. I've actually got glitter in my eye right now. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and take this fluffy brush and take this shade on the end here. Just load up my brush with that. And just start by popping that in my crease. Ooh, that's a good transition shade. That's like peachy. Take my little sweeper. I get a lot of questions about this. This one's from Primark. W7 also do them. A bunch of other brands do them. If you just type in like shadow sweeper or something, I think that's generally what they're called, then I have glitter in my eye. So next, I think I'm just gonna like work my way through the palette and see where we end up. I'm gonna take this shade here on the same brush. Like I said, I did just dust that off, like kind of on the lid, but also in the crease. I'm basically laying the tip of my brush in the crease, just so we get a little bit in there. And then I'm also laying my brush, like the side of it, on my lid, just so you get like a nice little blend. I'm then going to go in with the orange shade, which I think I am most excited for. So I'm going to start by putting it here. It's always a safe bet. And I'm just going to kind of like pat it on. Okay, I am digging that colour. I'm then going to take a flat brush and I'm going to take this kind of like rose goldy shade here. Give that one swipe. And I'm going to pop that kind of on the inner third of the eye and just bring that in. Ooh, that looks really, really shimmery on camera. I'm then going to take a little bit of the red shade and pop that on the outer corner. Ooh, that red on top is fire. I'm then going to take... Ooh, this is tricky. What are you like? That is super foiled. I need to do like a pink eye look at some point in the future. Maybe I'll take this shade here on my lower lash line. I'm just going to start by kind of patting that underneath and then dragging it out. This eye look right now is seriously giving me like Katniss Everdeen vibes. You know when they're walking through and they've got the fire suits on and they just switch them on? That's what it's making me think of. Anyone else? No? Just me being crazy? Okay, great. Okay, yeah, pretty happy with that. Really, really like the formula of these shadows. They are super pigmented, super shimmery. Like this matte, if I just go over it twice, I'm just like... The matte shadows in particular are just so freaking nice. So really, really like that. I'm now going to go off camera, wipe these swatches off my arm, sort out the other eye, add some mascara, and I will check back with you for the lips. Alright, so eyes are done. Just added some lashes as well. I'm not actually sure which ones these are. I'll leave a link to them, but I know they're from Eyebrow, but I can't remember what they're called. But let me know what you think. So next we'll move on to lips. So what I have here is one of their liquid lipsticks. This is a Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in Pretense. I think they have like 30 shades of these or something. So what I went for is like a kind of brownie nude almost, which I feel like that'll go quite well with the look. I feel like it'd be quite gothy, but I'm all about that right now. So let's see how this goes. Okay. That's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, which is good. Almost feels like a liquid lipstick and like a lip cream. It's got a nice doe foot. It's kind of like a flat doe foot. I feel like I'm looking almost like cyberpunk right now. So this is the finished look, and overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's not my usual kind of look. Normally, you know me, I'd go for like a nude lip or something, but it's always good to step out your comfort zone. Really, really liking the eyeshadow. I really, really like the liquid lipstick. Feel like it's slightly, ever so slightly kind of like layering up around the corners of my mouth, but it's nothing you can actually see. It's more something that I can feel, but maybe I just applied like too many layers or something. Now that I've given the powder a chance to settle on my skin, I actually really, really like how it looks. It doesn't look too matte or drying or anything like that. The concealer, again, isn't giving me as much coverage as I would like, so no, it's not like a replacement for my Bye Bye Under Eye or anything. And then, annoyingly enough, the product that I'm least impressed with is the highlighter palette. I'm not sure this has ever happened before, but yeah, I really just wasn't impressed. Again, I cannot get over how stunning the swatches are. Like, the swatches are just unreal. And it looks so, so good when you swatch it on your hand, but then as you kind of blend it out, it's it's just a bit of a mess really. So I'm not in love with the highlighter palette, but as far as everything else goes, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, the full coverage one is ever so slightly more cakey than the drop foundation. I don't know if you guys can tell from my cheeks, but this one seems to be a bit more matte. This one is a bit more dewy. They both seem to have the same kind of coverage, to be honest. The dropper one is a lot easier to apply because the other one is quite thick, so I would say I prefer this one. Definitely going to be picking up more of these eyeshadow palettes and also the liquid lipstick. Really, really like how these feel on my lips. Sorry, I just realized I'm giving you guys the finger there. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully some of you found it helpful. Hopefully it was worth the wait. Sorry it took so long. As always, you guys know the drill by now. If you did enjoy this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up because that really does help me out a lot. And also subscribe if you don't want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.